Hello and welcome to episode number 61 of WITM Season 5. And it is finally time for our final pay-per-view stop along the road to WrestleMania. Before WrestleMania, it is time for FastLane. And we do not have a stack of a card as we usually do for you, especially recently on pay-per-views, but we do still have a title match for you. The card that we advertised has been changed a little bit due to a U.S. title match being booked in real life, kind of last minute. And we will now see Aiot Master on the night of his pay-per-view debut on the main roster get an opportunity to capture his first WWE Gold on the main roster in the form of the United States Championship as Samoa Joe makes his first defense of the U.S. title since winning it this past Tuesday on SmackDown against his top three contenders, Aiot Master, Shelton Benjamin, and Rusev. Before we get Fastlane started, we are going to hear from our featured WITM superstar of the evening, Aiot Master. Let's listen in and hear what he has to say and head backstage. I've come to SmackDown Live to crush hopes and to crush dreams, and there is no better time to do that than during the road to WrestleMania. So let's talk about each of my opponents tonight and their pathetic little dreams. First, Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin hasn't been relevant since what, 2005? So I'm sure he'd love to win the US title tonight and head to WrestleMania to try to do something that actually matters again. Then there's Rusev, who came into WrestleMania a couple of years ago riding a freaking tank. Rusev used to be a man I respected, and then he started to promote a stupid fake holiday of all things. If there's one thing that I hate more than anything else, it's holidays, and fake ones are even worse. And then there's the champ, Samoa Joe, who finally accomplished his dream of winning his first main roster gold. Too bad for them that tonight I make Shelton Benjamin just a pathetic footnote in history. I put a permanent end to Rusev Day, and Samoa Joe goes from living a dream to being tormented in a nightmare after I take it all away. Then, all their hopes and dreams of going to WrestleMania and having their moment will be put to death by the hands of the Aiot Master. Alright, so we've heard from our featured WITM superstar of the night, Aiot Master. With that, we can start our Fastlane show officially. And is this the right? No. I have two separate saves. I have Fastlane matches on it. We have 8 matches in total. You can only have 7 on a card. So the first match, the kickoff show match, is on our backup save, and that will see Big E and Xavier Woods representing the New Day versus Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura in non-title action from SmackDown Live. And it's going to be the heels picking up the victory, Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura. And let me just jot that down real quick, and then we'll move on to our main card. There we go. And hello to our 2 viewers that are watching tonight. Hope you enjoy tonight's show, even though we only have 1 match. It should definitely be a good one. Here in our final stop along the road to WrestleMania, and now we can get the main card started.
Starting off the festivities with one of the best FastLane matches I can remember. Tag team match on the way.
All right, we're going to kick things off with a SmackDown Tag Team title match as the Usos defend against the Club, Gallows and Anderson. And right off the bat, we kick things off in a big way on the main card with new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Gallows and Anderson, pick up the victory and become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, dethroning the Usos. And now it's time for the Raw Tag Team titles to be defended. It's a triple threat between the Ascension, who rose through the rankings to become unlikely Raw Tag Team Champions. Now they face their toughest test, defending against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable and Lucha House Party. And the Ascension's reign will continue. They successfully retain by defeating Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, with Lucha House Party taking no decision. And now, time for another tag team title defense. This time it's time for the women to shine as the Boston Hug Connection make the first ever defense in WWE history of the women's tag team titles against Nia Jax and Tamina. And Boston Hug Connection remains Raw Tag Team Champions. Or sorry, Women's Tag Team Champions. More women's action as it's time for the SmackDown Women's title to be defended. Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, faces an unlikely challenger in Lana. And Lana pulls off the massive upset right before WrestleMania and becomes SmackDown Women's Champion, defeating the Queen, Charlotte Flair. There's an upset. Next up, the match that was the main event in real life. The Shield, advertised as for the final time ever, will team up one last time before Dean Ambrose possibly leaves WWE in April or May to take on the team of Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. And the heels spoil the swan song for the Shield. Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley defeat the Shield in the Shield's final match together. The Shield, of course, a stable that WITM's Dalton Roush was formerly a part of. And now, finally, it is time for our featured match this evening. Aiot Master makes his main roster pay-per-view debut and looks to capture his first WWE gold just weeks before WrestleMania. Samoa Joe defends the U.S. title against Aiot Master, Shelton Benjamin, and Rusev. Let's get that match loading up.
Up next is the long-awaited championship match.
Oh, it's finally here.
So let me pull up the records real quick. Of course, Aiot Master, pretty infamous among WITM fans. He was recently called up from NXT, where he dominated the NXT North American title division and had a long-term rivalry with Adam Cole, the man that would eventually defeat him with the help of WITM's Aaron Danger interfering, and capture the NXT North American title to send Aiot Master permanently off of NXT and to SmackDown Live, where he hopes to make a big impact very early in his time on the main roster and become U.S. champion. Will he do that? Let's find out and get our featured match of the evening underway.
Get
Despite what Byron Saxton said about him in the past, Shelton Benjamin is a true legend, and he's ready for action. The gold standard in WWE.
And introducing the challenger from Orangeburg, South Carolina, weighing in at 248 pounds, Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton Benjamin has done everything there is to do in WWE and around the globe, and continues to pad his incredible resume with great performances night after night.
He's a tag team champion, a United States champion. In fact, Shelton Benjamin is so tough. He once competed for 3 months with a torn rotator cuff.
Rusev Fudria, Rusev Machka.
Happy Rusev Day!
And introducing the challenger from Bulgaria, weighing in at 304 pounds, Rusev.
The Lion of Bulgaria fighting for all of his constituents. Rusev Day is a real-life phenomenon, taking the world by storm. It really is a holiday, Byron. It pops up on my calendar on my phone.
Okay, so no matter how you feel about this made-up holiday, what it has done is provide virtual jet fuel for the confidence of Rusev, who is more driven than I've ever seen.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And introducing the champion from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 282 pounds. He is the United States champion, Samoa Joe.
One of the baddest dudes to ever play the game. The first two-time NXT champion. A world-traveled, world-class competitor. One of the most well-rounded athletes sports entertainment's ever encountered.
Yeah, the scenery may have changed in Samoa Joe's career, but the attitude is still the same. Samoa Joe does what he wants, when he wants.
A very dangerous, dangerous man.
There's the bell. This match is underway. Just 5 days after winning the U.S. title on SmackDown, both in real life and here in WITM, Samoa Joe makes his first defense of the U.S. title as Aiot Master looks to,
You want to make sure you're not on the wrong.
very early in his time on the main roster, get his first main roster gold, looking to, in this match immediately, pinning down the shoulders of Rusev, but he powers out right away. There's a huge power slam by Aiot Master.
What a stop.
And a stomp to the back of the leg. Now a stomp to the back. Master stomping away at the fingers of Rusev. That vicious offense, some would say dirty offense, that we're so accustomed to seeing by
Well, this certainly
Aiot Master, making every move count and every move inflict massive damage. As Rusev, though, shows off his power and throws
In your head.
Aiot Master across the ring and headbutts him.
Full Nelson. Dragon suplex.
Suplex by Rusev. It's not very often you see Aiot Master get dominated like he just did by Rusev, as Rusev
Hooked up.
took out the official with a lariat that was
harsh impact.
obviously aiming for somebody else. The official already taking abuse early on in this matchup. As Aiot Master already finds himself having to recover on the outside and makes his way back to the ring.
This is easily one of the most anticipated
and goes after
in recent
the man he started the match off competing against, Rusev.
Looking a little startled right now. Many see him as
Aiot Master's pet peeve, as you can see on the WITM website, is he absolutely hates holidays more than anything else.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a 3-on-1
And so it's no surprise that he would go after Rusev, the man who created Rusev Day.
match would take place here. I had dozens
But now Rusev's on the outside and Shelton Benjamin and Samoa Joe for a moment teaming up on Aiot Master, but now Master bides his time as Benjamin goes after the champion Joe. Here's Aiot Master, was setting up for a signature, but broken up. Eventually, I'll need to come up with a name for that signature. What kind of submission is this by Aiot Master? That was a
A
move.
lot of people are saying the champion has never looked better, but that
Master with Benjamin and Joe fighting outside, looking to become U.S. champion right here. Rusev, though, powers out of one. There's a stomp to the back. And repeated knees to the head of Rusev.
To up the odds for success. As the #1 contender, he has to find a way to assert his dominance.
Now Master forces Rusev up.
in what we're seeing from him here tonight. Heading in,
And a huge Irish whip is going to send Rusev
Now, I'm not so sure about that.
flying to the outside where Master will go after him.
favor here tonight. I couldn't help but think back to the night Santino
Master with a leg drop to the guts of Rusev.
I think there was a person alive who thought Santino
And now a power bomb
of hope.
Yeah, including Santino.
on that ringside area where he will inflict even more damage.
WWE.
Here's a gut kick.
Comes the big Bulgarian.
And Rusev just shoving Master aside, showing off that power as Benjamin has a working hold locked in on Samoa Joe in the ring. Rusev tries to lead Master somewhere, possibly into the ring post, but Master's able to reverse with a series of elbow strikes.
That's how you wear down your
And Rusev tosses Master into the barricade
He's got the shoulders down.
as Benjamin looks to become U.S. champion by pinning the defending champion. But Joe powers out at 2 as Master's a little loosey on the outside and now makes his way into the ring, where he'll be greeted by the defending champion Samoa Joe. Joe forces Master to his feet and hits a choke slam.
Man, this one is over.
Shelton Benjamin is rolling.
Joe isn't done yet, now looking for a finisher.
Coquina clutch.
Coquina clutch locked in
Coquina clutch.
as Master's taken to the ground,
That's called making a
broken up by Rusev. Master's definitely taken some punishment early on in this match. First by Rusev and now by the defending champion Samoa Joe, as Rusev looks to become U.S. champion by pinning Samoa Joe. And Joe powers out at 2. Everyone down except for Rusev, who goes after Aiot Master. Benjamin now is to his feet, and now Rusev going for another cover, this time on Aiot Master. That's going to be broken up by Shelton Benjamin.
He gets it with a reversal.
Reversal by Benjamin.
Oh, you gotta believe this one's over.
And Benjamin takes out Rusev. This is an opportunity for him.
2. He breaks up the
Very nearly becomes United States champion, but Joe made it in just the nick of time.
suplex. Nice.
Master goes after Rusev, going for a comeback sequence. This will give him a free signature maneuver.
More of this. Perfect
And
execution.
that comeback will fail. Master taken out by Rusev,
Interesting decision here,
who
Corey.
took about all of his last bit of energy to stop that comeback sequence as Master heads to the outside and Rusev tries to recover.
Looks like Rusev.
The accolades locked.
Rusev locks in the accolade on Shelton Benjamin,
is really applying pressure now, guys.
and that's quickly going to be broken up by Samoa Joe. Master back in the ring, takes out Benjamin and Joe simultaneously,
Throwing in the towel at this point.
and now turns his attention to Rusev.
I think I know what this superstar is going.
Tries to go for probably a suplex, but instead Rusev reverses and dumps Master on the outside yet again with a clothesline. Rusev, the only man standing right now. But Joe gets back to his feet,
At this point, guys, I can see any one of
only
these
to be
four
power bombed.
taking the victory here tonight.
Opportunity here for Rusev as Benjamin elects to go after Aiot Master rather than going back into the ring.
Look at this. Oh boy, he is rolling.
Benjamin looking for what appear to be a brainbuster, reversed by Master. Master leading Benjamin back into the ring. Was Master have in mind here?
This might be it. Oh my.
Body splash to Benjamin, who was dangling over the apron. Will send Benjamin back on the outside. Now all four men taking the fight to ringside. Master's kind of biding his time here.
Quick for him there.
Now goes after Shelton Benjamin. With his opponents down, Master's going to try to lead the fight back into the ring, or maybe not.
I don't know about you guys, but it looks to me like these superstars are on their last leg.
Now he wants Benjamin back in that
He's
ring.
capable of turning it on, but he's got to make sure he doesn't fade fast.
It looks like Master's going to do another apron splash.
Oh, nasty impact.
Yet again, Benjamin takes the apron splash from Aiot Master.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business. He wants no part of the outside.
Rusev forces Joe back into the ring. Aiot Master will get back in the ring as well.
And no luck against Joe there.
Only to head back outside 5 seconds later to go after Shelton Benjamin as he started to rise to his feet. There's a DDT by Benjamin. Samoa Joe has the coquina clutch locked in on Rusev as Benjamin scurries back into the ring to try to break it up, and does. Aiot Master's on the outside, trying to recover. Opportunity for Benjamin as he hits the super kick, but here comes Aiot Master to break up the cover.
New champion. He wants a beautiful technique.
Now Benjamin has all three opponents down. Huge opportunity for him.
Champion.
Never say that.
And very nearly becomes U.S. champion.
Michael.
Master powered out at 2.5 as Joe is back to his
Quick
feet.
thinking to avoid that one.
Master goes after Rusev, who just got back to his feet. Rusev catches the leg, lifts up Master by the one leg, and hits the one-handed powerbomb. Rusev starts to get fired up as yet again Aiot Master finds himself trying to recover on the outside as the referee takes abuse again. Machka kick connects, but there's no official to make the count. If Rusev hadn't accidentally hit the official during that Machka kick, he would possibly be U.S. champion and may still be. No, Joe powers on to 2. There's a kick to the back of Joe as Rusev is taken out. Opportunity for Benjamin here. All three opponents down.
Shoulders down.
Dirty pin by Benjamin. Can Master make it back in time?
Here with this attack.
It won't matter. Joe powers out himself
Oh boy, he is.
as Master takes more abuse and gets back to his feet with a reversal.
Uh-oh.
Joe with a suplex, but running low on energy. With all three opponents down, can Joe keep up the attack and retain his U.S. title?
Here's Samoa Joe.
Choke slam by Joe, but Rusev hits a clothesline immediately after. Opportunity for Rusev to capitalize on Joe's offense. Roush up into the corner. Joe already back to his feet and back in the ring. And a clothesline takes out Aiot Master. Reversal by Master. Only one match on the card tonight, but it is definitely a quality matchup. Joe locks in the coquina clutch once again on Rusev. Can Benjamin get there in time? No. Rusev taps, and Samoa Joe, in a match where he only had 25% chance of retaining, does just that and remains U.S. champion. Aiot Master will take a no decision.
Man, this was great. He ain't playing here. And here's the last piece of the puzzle.
Here is your winner, and still the United States champion, Samoa Joe.
And there's our winner of this fatal four-way match. This was just further proof that when Samoa Joe is around, the beatdown is inevitable. I don't think I've
Alright, so every man put up a good fight, and our one match tonight definitely was quality. But it's going to see Samoa Joe defying the odds and remaining United States champion.
Slowpoke's out of the way. Time for the FastLane main event. Triple threat action coming up next.
Aiot Master will have to keep on trying to claim his first main roster gold. And now it's time for our main event of the evening, as the singles match for the WWE title was changed to a triple threat. And our version will see AJ Styles defend the WWE title against the recently returned Kevin Owens and the real-life WWE champion, the new Daniel Bryan. And we have a new WWE champion, Kevin Owens, a man who always is dominant here in WITM, spent most of WITM Season 3 as either US or Intercontinental Champion, spent most of WITM Season 4 as either Intercontinental or Universal Champion, and now here in WITM Season 5 becomes WWE Champion. Kevin Owens, possibly our most dominant non-WITM superstar that we've had on our roster, and becomes WWE Champion. And we'll jot down the last result and then do our rankings update. We'll also update you on the records for the WITM members. And it was the now former champion AJ Styles taking the fall in that match, with no decision for Daniel Bryan. And now it's time for our rankings update. We'll start off with the women's divisions. We'll start off with the women's tag division. Boston Hug Connection defeated Nia Jax and Tamina to remain women's tag team champions. Nia Jax and Tamina falls to number 2. The women's tag champions are Boston Hug Connection. Number 1 contenders Naomi and Carmella. Number 2 Nia Jax and Tamina. Number 3 the Riot Squad. Number 4 the Iconics. In the Raw Women's Singles division, there were no singles women that wrestled on Raw singles women that competed, so no change here. The Raw Women's Champions Alexa Bliss, number 1 contender Ronda Rousey, number 2 Ruby Riott, number 3 Charlotte Flair, number 4 Natalya, number 5 Becky Lynch, number 6 Dana Brooke, number 7 Lacey Evans, and number 8 Mickie James. In the SmackDown Women's division, Lana pulled out the upset to defeat Charlotte Flair and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte moves down to number 2. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Lana, number 1 contender Becky Lynch, number 2 Charlotte Flair, number 3 Mandy Rose, number 4 Lacey Evans, number 5 Asuka, number 6 Nikki Cross, number 7 Sonya Deville. Now we move on to the tag team divisions for the men, starting with Raw's tag team division. The Ascension defeated Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, as well as Lucha House Party, who took the no decision to remain Raw tag team champions. Roode and Gable fall to number 2. Lucha House Party become number 1 contenders. They took the no decision. The Raw tag team champions are the Ascension, number 1 contenders Lucha House Party, number 2 Roode and Gable, number 3 the B Team, number 4 the Bank Robbers of WITM, number 5 the Revival, number 6 Hawkins and Ryder, number 7 Black and Ricochet, number 8 Heavy Machinery, and number 9 Heath Slater and Rhino. In the SmackDown tag team division, Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura defeated the New Day. New Day falls to number 3, and Andrade and Nakamura are singles wrestlers. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and I need to include that match as well, so Usos falls to number 2. The new SmackDown Tag Team Champions are Gallows and Anderson, number 1 contenders, the Hardy Boys, number 2 the Usos, number 3 the New Day, number 4 Sanity, number 5 the Colognes, number 6 Black and Ricochet, and number 7 the Bar. Now we move on to the minor titles, starting with the Intercontinental title. And I'm going to take I'm going to make some edits here. Dolph Ziggler, from I read up online to see what's up with him, and he's currently on a comedy show and is probably going to leave WWE, so I'm going to take him off the roster for now. And Bobby Lashley is competing for the Intercontinental title tomorrow, so I'm going to add him back to our Intercontinental title division rather than the Universal title. And now we can do our update. Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley defeated The Shield. Corbin moves up to number 5. McIntyre is in the Universal title division, and Lashley moves up to number 10. Ambrose of The Shield falls to number 10. So, the Intercontinental Champion is Corey. Number 1 contender, Apollo Crews. Number 2, Mojo Rawley. Number 3, Tyler Breeze. Number 4, Elias. Number 5, Baron Corbin. Number 6, Titus O'Neil. Number 7, Jinder Mahal. Number 8, No Way Jose. Number 9, Bobby Lashley. Number 10, Dean Ambrose. Number 11, EC3. And I can confirm our first match for tomorrow night on Raw. Corey will make his first defense of the Intercontinental title since winning it 2 weeks ago against Bobby Lashley. It will be against the number 1 contender, Apollo Crews. Can Corey defeat him and one step closer into walking to WrestleMania as a champion? We'll find out tomorrow night. Moving on with our rankings update. In the U.S. title division, Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura defeated New Day. Andrade moves up to number 7. Nakamura moves up to number 5. New Day, of course, are tag team wrestlers. Then Samoa Joe defeated Rusev with no decision for Aiot Master and Shelton Benjamin. Joe remains champion. Rusev falls to number 2. Benjamin becomes number 1 contender with a no decision. Aiot Master remains at number 3 with a no decision. The United States Champion is Samoa Joe. Number 1 contender, Shelton Benjamin. Number 2, Rusev. Number 3, Aiot Master. Number 4, R-Truth. Number 5, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 6, Rey Mysterio. Number 7, Andrade. Number 8, Aiden English. Number 9, Eric Rowan. Now the major championships. The Universal Champion, getting ahead of myself here. Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley defeated The Shield. McIntyre moves up to number 4. Reigns falls to number 3. Rollins falls to number 2. The Universal Champion is Brock Lesnar. Number 1 contender, Finn Balor. Number 2, Seth Rollins, who won the Royal Rumble, so is guaranteed to face Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. Number 3 is Roman Reigns. That's incorrect. Orton won our Royal Rumble. I'm thinking about real life. Rollins faced Lesnar had the last title match against Lesnar, I think, in WITM too, but he doesn't face him again at WrestleMania. Number 3 is Roman Reigns. Number 4, Drew McIntyre. And number 5, Braun Strowman. So as of right now, it would be Finn Balor who faces Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And finally, the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens defeated AJ Styles to become the new WWE Champion with no decision for Daniel Bryan. Styles falls to number 2. Bryan becomes the new number 1 contender with a no decision. The WWE Champion is Kevin Owens, number 1 contender Daniel Bryan. Number 2, AJ Styles. Number 3, Randy Orton, who will face Kevin Owens for the WWE title in our first confirmed match of WrestleMania. Orton was the Royal Rumble winner here in WITM. Number 4, Mustafa Ali, and number 5, Kofi Kingston. And now, as we usually do following pay-per-views, we'll update you on our WITM standings with the person who, going into WrestleMania, is in the lead, gets a WrestleMania match of their choosing. Let me just update Aiot Master's win percentage real quick after actually it doesn't change because he took a no decision, not a loss. Well, I guess we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. Rose currently hasn't made her WITM debut yet, so she doesn't have so obviously she's 0-0. And now the people who have competed in 10th place with a record of 0 wins and 1 loss and no decisions and a 0% win percentage, Jack. In 9th place, currently inactive until I can speak to him in real life and figure out what he wants to do next, is Gerald. He has a record of 9-19 and a win percentage of 32.1%. In 8th place is Captain Casey with a record of 1-2 and a win percentage of 33.3%. In 7th place is Corey with a win percentage, or rather a record of 18-21-1 and a win percentage of 46.1%. In 6th place, Zims with a record of 1-1 and a win percentage of 50%. In 5th place, Aiot Master with a record of 15-12-3, 3 no decisions, and a win percentage of 55.5%. In 4th place, if I can find him. Why is he not showing up? Oh, he's right at the top. In 4th place, Aaron Danger with a win percentage of 4-3 and a record of 4-3 and a win percentage of 57.1%. In 3rd place, Dalton Roush with a record of 27-15-1 and a win percentage of 64.2%. In 2nd place, Andrew Spud Strong, the man who's led most of WITM Season 5 with a record of 33-13-3 and a win percentage of 71.1%. And in 1st place, the currently undefeated DJ Rage with a record of 4-0 and a win percentage of 100%. And while we're here, I'm going to, since they're in 4th place, I'm going to remove Dalton and DJ Rage from competing on main events. As Andrew and I decided that main event would be for WITM superstars on Raw that are below 5th place in our division, and the Bank Robbers currently sit in 4th. And now, finally, we can move on to Monday Night Raw. We already know what Corey will be up to on Raw. He will defend his Intercontinental title against Apollo Crews. Will we see the Bank Robbers in action? And we will not see the Bank Robbers in action this week. And we'll edit this match. Come on, make it. There we go. Alright, so Intercontinental title defense in real life tomorrow on Raw. So Corey makes his first defense of the Intercontinental title on our Raw stream against the current #1 contender Apollo Crews. Corey doesn't exactly have a good history of defending titles. Will that change with a successful title defense against Apollo Crews tomorrow night? We'll find out at 11:30 Eastern Time for a Monday Night Raw stream. That is going to do it for our FastLane stream, episode number 61. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. Check out the links in the description. The first is the WITM website, where you can find out how to become a WITM member for free and get your own custom character with custom entrants, custom movesets, custom promos, custom storylines. Check out the WITM Twitter for all the latest WITM related news, announcements, and updates. We have 2 WITM members who stream on Twitch. The first is Dalton Roush, the inspiration behind the Dalton Roush character and the creator of DJ Rage. And he streams on Twitch as Dying Big Fish 2, WW2K19, Apex Legends, Friday the 13th the game, The Division 2, among other games. And then Aaron, the creator of the Degenerates and Demon Stables, streams on Twitch as well as Lord Falcon Cloud 4018, WW2K19, as well as other games. So follow both of them on Twitch and support a couple of WITM members. Maybe drop in their streams. and